Oh, hello, Jacob here. I have a huge update with a lot of upgrades. I'm at like approaching 200 or 2 trillion damage actually with my build. I got very lucky with memories from Black Sail Pirate. So as you can see, I'm approaching 2 trillion. And the damage is the same in mapping and in single target setup. Like for mapping, you swap Windwalk for Plague, but the plus 10% dots damage duration gives you pretty much the same DPS output as the 25% additional dot damage you get from Windwalk. So yeah, I can even show it here.
Select the calibration intensity for invincibility number 2.
Just so you see that I'm not lying.
I'll need some time.
So yeah, maybe a little bit longer ramp up because of the dot duration. Like you will stack more wilds on the target, but the damage is pretty much the same, so you shouldn't have any issues killing rares in map. So yeah, that's also around 1.5 trillion, and in peaks it goes to like 1.7 as you can see on the bottom. So yeah, that's the damage. I will go over my upgrades as I did them, but just to show you what I actually dropped from the farming strategy that I made video about. I got where is it? I sold the memory for 5k basically. It was a red one. Purchase this one. So I've dropped this from Pirate. I ran Pirate like 5 times and I dropped 3 invitations, so I would recommend if you drop the tier 1 invitation, just run it, because there's like 50% chance to drop the second tier, and the second tier invitation sells for 350, so you get 300. So yeah, you get triple the reward for 50% chance of dropping this. The tier 1 invitations cost 100. So I'm running them. So immediately after I sold the memory, I bought my when Spark sets the prairie ablaze, but that was not the first upgrade. I will go over the upgrades as I did them. So the first upgrade, I totally neglected it. I had 2 second traceless pain. 1 second traceless pain costs like nothing, so you can get them for really cheap. I don't know how did I miss that. I had 2 seconds and I can show it here.
Please select the
It will
calibration intensity for invincibility
reduce the
number
damage
2.
dramatically. So that was my first upgrade that I did. So around 1 trillion with the 2 second ones, and when I put the 1 second one in,
Please select the calibration intensity for
it is like,
invincibility number 2.
let's see how much will it be. Yeah, pretty much like 30% damage increase, or 50 even. So yeah, 1 second traceless pain, a huge difference. Get it if you did not get it yet. Costs nothing. So that was the first thing that I fixed. Then I started working on my slates. So I'm not sure if I had them in the last video. I definitely got the +1 jumps. But yeah, slates, 0.2% blur effect and +1 skills, and then try to get something useful. I will be fixing these slates for the next update, but yeah, the damage went really high just from the Traceless Pain upgrade, and then I bought the Spark. No, not then. Then I dropped the +1 jump slate here because we missed that ice lenses actually have 1 jump already on them. So I have 1 jump here, +3 is 4, 5 from my candle, 6 from this hero memory, and then 7 and 8 from these two. So I'm on even numbers there, so I could drop the +1 jump on this slate, and I bought +1 cold skill with something useful and then tried to get something useful, and I got lucky and got +1 spell skill as well. So I got +2 skills on this, and that boosted my damage a lot as well. So we can actually check it here. Without the slate, it would be yeah, around 1 trillion, so it's another 50% damage increase just from +2 skills. But even just +1 would help, I believe, and getting this was really cheap. Like, they are going for like 20 FEs, even less if you go just for the +1 skill. So you can get this for a really cheap and then try to roll something useful. If you don't get +1 spell, yeah, whatever, you still have +1 here. It still puts you to 30 skill level. So that's that. Then I actually bought level 21 ice lenses. What I wanted to try, because the TLIDB website was not up and I wanted to check. I wanted to try if I get to +2 jumps, if I get the ice lenses to level 30. Well, it does not give you +1 jump when you get to level 30, so that's that. But every +1 skill level gives you 12% more damage. Until you get to +30, then it gives you only 10% more damage for every level. So yeah, level 21 ice lenses goes for around 1k FEs. So that's another upgrade that I made. I've set up the Shackles of Malice that I did not have yesterday. If you were watching my stream, I got the Sacrificer's Necklace, that's the intelligence base with corruption curse, so that lets me get rid of the curse on my bar, and I can put a different skill there. Before I bought the setup for Shackles of Malice, which is not that cheap, but it is cheaper than other upgrades. You have to get an instruction with this high trigger. They are cheap, but you have to get this, and if you want a high roll on this, they are going for around 600 FEs. So this is around 700 FEs setup, but what that gives you, it gives you 37% additional curse effect, and we have 2 curses, and eventually we will have 3. So yeah, before I had enough FEs because I've spent everything on the amulet. The amulet cost me like 1.5k. That was everything I got at that time. So I did not have enough to get this, and I was running with Frost Touch, which is a curse. So you just put Frost Touch in with the same setup as we had before, like this: Terrain of Malice, extended duration, and preparation with cooldown recovery or duration. Does not really matter which one. So like this, that gives you 3rd curse, and this curse gives you a chance to inflict an additional wilt. So 20% chance to suffer 1 stack of wilt, and gives you some additional wilt damage. And for that to work, you need to go to your psychic and take verbal abuse, and then have 1 more source of curse, which is my Pact Spirit. Or you can get +1 curse on one of your candles.
select the calibration intensity for
and it looked like this. The curse is really nice on the screen. Yeah, so this was my setup before Shackles of Malice. As you can see, it is less damage, but it is still something that you can get. If you want to go more defensive and you would like to level up, go for lower tier maps or something, you can just swap in for start or defensive buffer, depending on what do you feel safer with. From my experience, the defensive buffer felt a little better, but nothing game changing really. Like, both work well. In Profound, I still got one shot randomly during the maps with both setups. Even with both setups active and with Energy Shield Aura, I still got one shot in Profound maps with 7k Energy Shield and like 2 more defense layers. So yeah, if you want to level up, you will have to go lower tier maps probably. So that's for the Shackles of Malice, and that's pretty much it. That's all the changes that I made. And the last upgrade that I bought just a few minutes ago is this Pedigree. I've expected to get a lot of damage from this, but it seems like it increases the effectiveness of numbed from 4 to 10%, so you have 10 stacks of numbed on the target, so you would expect like 60% additional damage. But that's not the case, because it seems that the plus 10% don't damage duration from Plague is such a huge multiplier that I have pretty much almost the same damage with both of the slates, while this slate costs like somewhere around 350 FE if you go for a different like large trade, while this one costs like 4k, 6k depending on for what you will go. For the future, I would like to get a slate with numb effectiveness, which you can have 1, which would increase the effectiveness of wield by 25%, so in theory I should get from 10 to 12.5. So that's another 25% additional damage. So that's what I will be trying in the future. And I definitely need to fix these 2 slates. I will have to craft new ones to get something stackable on the bottom, on the last raid here, so I can copy it with the spark. As you can see, it is copying only the jumps because this trait is completely useful and useless, and this one max divinity effect 1, so you can only have it once. So yeah, the spark only gives me +1 jumps for now, but yeah, I will fix these in the future. And another upgrade that is there to be done is 0.2 seconds rhythm, which will give me another 30% damage. After I get all that fixed, I will start focusing on leveling up these. So that's my plan for the future. This is my 2 trillion build. The map clear is it is a dot build, so you are pretty much just while running through the map, you are waiting for the first trip to proc, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, the clear is pretty much the same. I'm using frigid transmission on the dummy because it is easier to keep myself in range of the dummy for the reaps to go off. But map clear, let's try something quick. Would go like this, gear, fluorescent, black cell, let's go fluorescent.
Violence is not the answer.
And yeah, I actually a few, like maybe an hour after I dropped the memory for that I sold for 6k, I dropped another one which I'm trying to sell for 3k. So if anyone is playing minion build, I have a pretty cool minion memory here for anyone interested. Yeah, depending on what would you like to get, but yeah, that's the second memory I'm trying to get sold, and it will let me fix the
It's your honor to be
that will let
judged
me
by a
fix
member
the
of our
0.2
family.
seconds rhythm. So as you can see, that's the clear, so you just go through the map and everything dies. It's nothing crazy. So yeah, I will not bother you with the rest of the map. That's my build for now. Yeah, I will see you with the next upgrades. There's still a lot of them that needs upgrading, like tier 0 mods on weapons and all the rares actually. So still a long way ahead. And corrupts on the uniques as well, like corrupt in this ring for 0.5 second reap will give me like a lot of damage as well. So yeah, still a lot of upgrades to be done, and we are already at 2 trillion DPS, so I look forward for the next updates. I hope you do too, and thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye!